Oh, they kept this too. If you're wondering why all the faces are scratched, during the Christian invasions, like they came here for I think a century, he said, they forbid all the temples. So not only they closed the temples, but they had to scratch all of their faces. They destroyed everything. The cult. My question is, if you're so sure of your faith, why do you have to destroy others? You know, if you're so sure of yourself and your confidence, you don't have to go and destroy others to make it more valid. I mean, what were they scared of? You know, that the greatness would prevail. And so beautiful. It was great information that they gave us yesterday, because now every time I see the goddess, I look at the cartouche and I see the throne. I know it's Isis, or I see the falcon. I know it's Hathor. And you see in many places because at first I was like, so sometimes on the same wall you have the same god appears many times, right? It's like you have Horus, 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 or Isis, Isis, Isis. And they say because the Egyptians, they believed the gods, they were everywhere, so they had no problem believing they could be at 2 or 3 different places at the same time, because it's an energy that transcends space and time. So another awesome part that I forgot to mention yesterday was about history, right? Because the guide said, you know, they left, instead of renovating, restoring, they left history as it is, you know. And the moral of most of the Egyptians also that evil is always there, and you cannot erase the darkness. But what we can do, you know, history repeats itself. But why? Because we need to be educated. If you're educated, you understand the history. You understand the cause. Why would people react like this? Why would there be conflict? If you understand the roots of it, then you can change the outcome. You can establish new strategies, so the outcome would be different. This is why it's important to learn history, not just because to understand why the cycles repeat themselves, but to avoid that the cycles of war repeat themselves, and that we transcend it. And actually in chapter 3 of this story of Horus trying to revenge his father, in the end they decide not to kill the evil, but to keep it under control, to transcend, not to punish crime with crime, right? So that tells us also, yes, that, wow, oh my god, look at this. You can't even, in pictures, you can't really see the greatness of it. Like on the camera it looks kind of like okay, but when you're in real life it's like it's huge. Just like the mandalas, right? It's like you can, when you see the pictures you often overlook them, but when you see them in real and you can feel the energy, it's a lot more powerful.